And in news just coming in from Pakistan, Lieutenant General Asim Munir has been named the new Chief of Army Staff, and Sahir Shamshad Mirza will be the new Chairman, Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee. The Federal Minister of Information and Broadcasting made the announcement on Twitter, adding that a summary of this has been sent to the President of Pakistan. Lieutenant General Munir serves as the Quartermaster General of the Pakistan Army, a position which looks after the supplies of the army. Has now been named the new Chief of Army Staff here. And for more on this, we're now being joined by Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik. Anas, thank you so much for joining us. Lieutenant General Asim Munir has been named the Chief of Army Staff. What can you tell us?
Well, yes, Lieutenant General Asim Munir will be the new general to head the Pakistan Army come this 29th of November. Now, there is a technicality there because his retirement date is that of the 27th of November. The retention bit will be very interesting. This has been announced by the Pakistani Defence Minister, Khwaja Mohammad Asif, just literally minutes back while speaking to the press after the Federal Cabinet meeting, the special meeting of the Federal Cabinet that was held to deliberate upon the new Chief of Army Staff. Because remember, the retirement of the incumbent Army Chief is just around the corner and he's due to retire on the 29th of November. Lieutenant General Asim Munir is currently the Quartermaster General. He's previously served in the role of Corps Commander Gujranwala, the DGISI, Pakistan's Powerful Intelligence Services, and also the DG Military Intelligence, the DGMI as well. Additionally, they've also appointed Lieutenant General Sahir Shamshad Mirza as the Chairman, Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee, and he will also be elevated to the position of a general, a 4-star general to be precise. Lieutenant General Sahir Shamshad Mirza is currently the commander of the 10 Corps that is based out of Rawalpindi. And he's also previously been the DGMO, the Director General Military Operations. Two key appointments over there. There was a lot of there were a lot of dark clouds and speculations over that. The summary has now been moved forward to the President. The ball now lies to the President in President's court. Hopefully, the government expects that the President will not delay the summary being to be signed, and that this crisis or this man-made crisis will be over sooner than later.
Absolutely, Anas. In fact, you also mentioned that we can expect an extension of term for Lieutenant General Asim Munir. How do you see that playing out?
Well, it's not really an extension of term. There is a technicality. He is due to retire on the 27th. Right. So whether or not the government retains him, or the government will probably get him elevated to the badge of a 4-star and then appoint him a Chief of Army Staff. Those are technicalities that that will be discussed and that will be known in time to come. But that being said, the decision in principle with consensus by the Prime Minister in consultation with his cabinet is that Lieutenant General Asim Munir, the current Quartermaster General of the Pakistani military, will be the new general, to a 4-star general to be precise, to head the Pakistani military, and he will be the person who will be the Chief of Army Staff of Pakistan.
Right, absolutely. Anas, how do you see these appointments being received by the various political parties? Also, you mentioned that we could expect some delays now that the summary has been sent to the President.
Well, at this point of time, it's a bit too early to speculate that there can be potential delays on the part of the President. But you never know, because remember, the President is from the party of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, the one that's in opposition, Imran Khan's party. Imran Khan has been saying that as and when the summary comes, then the ball is in their court. Prima facie, it's a slight of a complicated situation, but too early to speculate or assess the damage, if there would be any, because yesterday, literally 24 hours back at around 11, we saw that the Prime Minister had sent a summary for the appointment of the Governor Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and that summary was duly approved by the President in just a span of about 2 hours. So that is why you can't really speculate as to what this thing has to what the President's action would be, but what we know is that the summary has indeed been sent. There seems to be a political consensus for a decision that is the entire prerogative of the Prime Minister. He decided to take the cabinet in the loop. The cabinet debated. There was a meeting that was ongoing, and roughly about 2.5 hours later, since the meeting began, we see this announcement coming in that Lieutenant General Asim Munir will be currently the 3-star general, will be elevated to rather a 4-star general position, and will be the new general to head the Pakistani army. Okay?
Right, Anas, that being said, do we have any clarity on the factors that may have affected this appointment?
Well, it's, as I said, he is actually the senior most general currently in the seniority list as well. But beyond that, as I said, it's the prerogative of the Prime Minister, and he has had an amicable and impressive portfolio, to be precise. As I said, he was the Director General Military Intelligence, the DGMI. Then he was the Director General ISI, Pakistan's powerful intelligence services chief. Then he was the Corps Commander Gujranwala. Currently, he is serving in the capacity of the Quartermaster General on the administrative side of the Pakistani Army at the GHQ. So he's somebody who's been who knows the military and the work and the functions of its departments, be that be on the intelligence sector, be that be on the internal or external intelligence sector, both, and then the internal functions quite very well. He's commanded a corps as well, so that could have been an added advantage, but of course, as I said, this remains a prerogative of the Prime Minister as to who they choose to get or who he or she chooses to be to the next chief is the one who is appointed.
Right, absolutely. Now, the Pakistan Army's role has come under question in Pakistan politics many a times. How do you see the appointments affecting the landscape?
Well, yesterday we saw the incumbent Pakistani Army Chief, General Qamar Javed Bajwa. He made quite of an emotional farewell speech where he admitted that the role of Pakistani military had been for the past 7 decades in politics in one way or the other, and political interference from the military had been there. But, and that was a bigger but, where he said that last year, February 2021, the military as an institution had decided to not to intervene or interfere in internal political matters, and for that to transpire into actions is something that General Asim Munir would have to really walk the talk. He would be having quite big of a responsibility to ensure that there is no political interference, because in case there is political interference from the institution, then that would be detrimental for the institutional's public image.
Right, Anas, thank you so much for bringing us all the latest on this. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.